depending on what field or what area of the industry a particular firm is in, it's going to impact significantly what their regulatory obligations are. You can have, small retail establishments that are relatively unregulated except for, labor and things like that. And on the other hand, financial and healthcare entities who are subject to some of the more stringent regulations and some of the more rapidly evolving regulations that are out there. So it becomes a challenge not just from the sheer volume of what those companies have to comply with, but also that volume of regulation changes, thus imposing on them perpetual requirements to keep an eye on what's out there and to be constantly evaluating their practices to make sure that they're reasonable and consistent with those regulations. A lot of entities will use business associate subcontractors as an example, since they're a group that recently came subject to a whole new set of regulations. Someone in those entities needs to have an awareness of who their customers are and who their customers' customers are to make sure that they aren't subject to something that they don't currently know about. And if I was a business associate who suddenly became subject to, for instance, the HIPAA security rule, I would certainly, at a minimum, go take a look at that rule, publicly available on federal websites, see what it has to say, and then start looking at what guidance is out there as to what I need to be doing based upon the sort of business that I undertake. Now, there are all sorts of no-brainer things which folks should be doing, right? And the security rule has a number of fairly specific provisions with respect to, for instance, media. What do you do with your media? Do you encrypt it? Because you probably should. Everything now, if it contains sensitive information, should get encrypted. There's plenty of technologies out there to do it either cheap or for free. It also saves you the potential grief of having a data breach, at least under HIPAA, that you would have to notify all the subject individuals of, and perhaps report to the state and to the federal government, depending on where you live and what the nature and size of the breach was.